Two men, one question, zero logic. React to that.
Yo, 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 yo.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to Smooth Jazz.
No.
No.
Other podcast.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, welcome back to React to That. Not allowed to do that, Mark. This week, we're going to tackle one of the most important topics we could ever think of.
Is it?
Nope. We're going to discuss where would we pick if we could travel back in time to historical events.
So we can go back in any period of time. It could be 2 minutes ago. It could be to the dawn of civilization.
2 minutes ago, it's not a historical event.
It might have been somewhere in the
that's
future.
True. Yeah.
You never know.
That includes space as well. Let's just, we're not going to be sat here 200 years ago. We can travel to any historical event, whether that be in Rome.
Or what about somewhere in Italy?
Yeah.
Like
Seville.
Or Rome.
Rome, good idea.
Should we find out what it is?
Let's go. Just before we do, big shout out to Northern Delinquency for the intro music.
What about the artwork?
Thank you, Fraser.
Thank you very much. Should we go?
Yes.
Joe.
Mark.
Hit me with your...
Rhythm stick.
I was going to say that.
Billy Ricky Dicky.
So, you have somehow... We're not going to go into details. You've travelled back in time. You've chosen a spot. You've put it in the little machine.
Yeah. Time and space.
You're going by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, here's the machine, Joe.
Thank you very much. Cheers, Mark.
So, Joe is taking the machine.
Boop, 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 boop.
See, we don't need sound effects.
Ooh, boop, boop, boop.
What date are you putting in?
I am putting in April the 3rd, AD 33.
Can we just make a rule as well?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to a time and a place.
Yes.
Like, we're not going to be sat where we are.
No.
In that time zone. We also travel to the location.
Time and space. That's
because we're going to witness a historic event.
That's the plan.
Okay, so what was the year again?
April the 3rd, AD 33.
AD 33. What could have happened in that time?
Well, I'm going to... This might not be pronounced correctly because I did mainly reading and not audible learning.
What are you on about?
Golgotha,
Golgotha.
aka cavalry, it was also called.
Okay.
And scholars believe that was where Jesus was crucified.
Okay.
Golgotha.
So the hill.
Well, yeah, it was just outside of the walls of Jerusalem. I don't know the actual topographical landscape. Could have been a hill, could have been a valley.
I think it was a hill.
Bit of land. Yeah, according to Monty Python, The Life
That's
of Brian.
That's where my
exactly it was.
My frame reference is coming from.
I have got a couple of questions though.
What's your why?
No, I've got one question.
Right.
Well, two questions. So I know we're going back in time and we're moving in space.
Yes.
Are we literally just viewers? We can't interfere or interact with those people?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? We're just viewers.
Well, that's the answer,
we're
yes.
Just voyeurs.
Yeah, we're observers.
Observers.
Because I think if we started changing things, that's going to mess things up.
Right, okay, good.
So for the good of the cause, even if we're pretending this is real, which it's not.
Well, it is.
I think for ease, we're just going to... Almost like Christmas Carol, when he gets taken back in time, he's like a ghost.
Yes.
It's kind of like... So you are walking and you can interact with things.
Yeah.
But you have no... no influence.
With things. What interact with inanimate objects? You mean?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But
you have no.
You're not perceived by the actual living things around you.
I don't think so. No.
That's fine. Well, you're setting the rules
For ease.
Second.
Because otherwise they'll be like, "What's this guy? What's on his arms? He's a witch."
Well, this is what
he's
saying.
Getting crucified too.
If I turned up in a big puffer jacket, you know what I mean?
They're quite
with some
small.
Nice Jordans on.
They're a lot smaller back then as well. So 6'4", tattooed Englishman rocking up
Why'd you make
in
me
Jerusalem.
sound like a sailor? My second one.
What bit of that wasn't an accurate description?
Well, unfortunately, it was all quite accurate.
And what's wrong with being a sailor?
Nothing at all. Second question. We're going back in time.
Yep.
Didn't necessarily speak English.
Yeah, I think...
Especially where I'm going. Can I understand our remake?
I think because we've got a time machine, we've also got like an earpiece.
Like a Babelfish or Babblefish from Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yes.
Put that in, you can understand every language.
Every language.
Do I get to keep that when I come back?
No.
Oh, well, that'd be quite good. Right.
I said that with such authority, like
really
I had the choice.
You shut me up straight away.
No.
I was not going to argue with you. So, April the 3rd, AD 33, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. So, I mean, one thing I did notice, April the 3rd, It's 2 days after April Fool's Day.
Yes.
I mean, that
Was
was
that a thing
the
back then?
greatest prank ever. Well, this is perhaps where it came from.
Maybe.
Because it's the greatest prank ever, isn't it? Pontius Pilate is like, oh, I'm going to kill you. And Jesus is like, oh, yeah, mate, you carry on. 3 days later, he's back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, got you. Yep. Now,
Psych. Oh, no, I'm dying now.
Joke's on you, Mr. Pilate. Yeah, now I'm good. So, for those who don't know, Jesus H. Christ, a.k.a. Jesus of Nazareth, or Nazareth, a.k.a. the notorious JC. Bit of a rebel.
Bit of a rebel.
Born,
Did some good stuff.
Well, born 6-4 BCE. That used to confuse me, that, right? BC, stupidly.
Before Christ.
I thought it was before Christ.
And after death was AD.
Oh, I didn't know AD.
But that doesn't count because AD starts when he was born. So it's not after death.
Well, no, he was born 6-4 BCE.
Oh, right.
I mean, this is a bit cloudy. But yeah, BC means before common. So
Yeah.
BCE, before common era. Learn that. You're into your history, Mark. You would know that. Right, it's okay.
And that's only our calendar. Obviously, a lot of cultures,
Yeah, use different ones.
thousands of years ahead.
Mayans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they're not around now, but they
I-
predicted the world will end.
I think we move on, Joe, because we don't know enough about these topics.
I know lots about calendars. Now, Jesus, possibly the most famous white man to be born in the Middle East.
Yes. Not many blue-eyed, white-skinned
Not many.
people over there.
Cut to hell as well. Not hell, that's probably the not right thing to
Yeah.
say.
It's shredded.
Shredded.
Yeah.
I mean, six packs. I'm
you
not
could
going to
grate
call
cheese
it
on
Rick
that.
Yeah, you could get some Stilton on that. Tell you what. Now he also died.
It's
for
weird
our
that
sins.
actually, isn't it? Just
What?
how ripped he always is.
It makes me fascinated because if you go into a church, specifically, well, especially Catholic churches, is a life-size Jesus on a cross at the end behind where the old priest stands, and he is like an Adonis, isn't he? Really?
Yeah.
Like I
It's weird to want your symbol to be your saviour being tortured and murdered.
but
And a bit
how would you feel if there was a massive fat man on there?
well, I'd be more impressed with the kind of the
Or a
ability
dad
to make a cross that held
Well, this is what
such
I mean.
a heavy
It'd be
person.
a square. Wouldn't be a cross. It'd just be a big like slab of wood, a big plank.
Can you
But,
imagine though, if you died, say
Yeah.
you got killed by someone hitting you over the head with a baseball bat constantly,
Yes.
and then your family
That would
remembered
kill
you by wearing baseball bat things, like necklaces with baseball bats,
Yeah, it is a bit
tattoos
weird,
of
isn't it?
baseball bats.
Yeah.
Their
Why
whole.
are you wearing that?
Oh yeah, remember Joe?
Yeah, he died for our sins.
It's a weird thing to remember someone by, the way he was killed.
It is, but I mean, that's the point in it. It's the sacrifice
Yes.
he made for our sins, which I find a bit annoying because I wasn't born for another 2,000 years, so I don't
Wow.
really understand how I'm involved in this.
He saw you come in. He thought,
This is what I mean. He's the man of miracles. He brought someone back from the dead. There was something about a prostitute that I didn't really look into.
I think he was just friends with a prostitute, which was
Mary
Yeah.
Magdalene. There is schools in our area
Yeah.
called Mary Magdalenes.
There are. Okay.
Explain.
Well, she was,
A prostitute.
yeah, but still religious.
So, well, look, you can apply that to anybody in history, really, couldn't you?
No,
Pontius Pilate.
he wasn't. Well,
Well, he was.
He
but
wasn't.
not in the- yeah.
He wasn't seen or ordained or whatever it is.
Herod. Never understood that story of Herod. Do you remember that one
He
where
killed
it's
the
like,
firstborn sons because
to get rid of
he got told there was a.
because there was a prophecy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was him or someone else, but there was a king, might not have been in the Bible, but I think it was in the Bible. The one that like two women come up and go, "That's my baby," and the other woman's like, "No, it's my baby."
And he chops her in half and he said, "You can both
No,
have
he
a half."
threatens, yeah, exactly. And the other
Yeah.
woman's like, "Yeah, I'll have that." What sort of psychopath would go, "Oh yeah, well, we'll just have it in half. I'll take half a baby home." Which
Yeah.
half? Is it down the middle, vertically, so
Diagonally,
or is it like top and tails?
who knows?
What would be easier to store?
Joe, keep moving.
Sorry. So yeah, a bit of controversy here as it raises the obvious question: did Jesus exist?
Okay.
Right.
So is this the plan?
This is part of my plan. So
You want to see if anything's happening?
Well, that's what I mean. I might have to lurk around for a couple of days because this is based on like scholars' guesswork.
Yeah, the days might not be,
Might be slightly
perfect.
out. So I'm going to go. Let's assume that they're right.
Yeah.
Right? So they also think that Jesus probably existed, but what I want to find out is did he have superpowers?
Yeah. So there was a man called Jesus, but
Possibly.
was he
Was he the
the
Son of
miracle
God?
granter?
Yeah, was he Superman? I don't know. So one of the things though is if we accept the premise
Yes.
that the big God
Yep.
is all knowing and all
Okay.
that jazz, then Jesus, like you just said then, will possibly know that I'm going back in time to see him.
Oh, interesting.
Omnipresent, omnipotent,
Yeah.
omni-man, you know.
Omnivore.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask, though, the main sort of thing is, my main thing is to go back in time.
Why are you asking these questions now? We have a week to clarify these things and come up with a plan.
Because you've got to pad some stuff out, Mark.
Okay.
Right.
Filler.
My filler.
Filler.
My main thing.
All filler, no killer.
Is I am not trying to offend anybody, right? If
No.
you believe in religion or whatever,
But what?
fine. You do you.
Yeah.
Right? But me and you are atheists.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I want to go back. Quite philosophical, really, because we did this with a similar thing in one of the previous episodes. I want to go back. I want to see, A, did Jesus exist?
Okay.
If he did.
Yes or no? Tick.
Yes or no? Done. Let's say it exists, because otherwise it's a waste of a fucking
If it's
journey.
no, it'd still be quite interesting to go back in that time and era.
To do what? Look at
Just
all
look
the
around the
dysentery.
history.
What,
And you can't get sick or anything because you're not really present.
what do you know of Jerusalem in that area?
Well, those
Or era?
Romans knocking about. I've always
Yeah.
been interested in Romans.
Right, okay.
So
you could see them.
just see daily life. I'd
Yeah.
be fascinated. Just go into like homes, shops, see how people
Oh,
interacted.
you're doing this in some sort of seedy, pervy way.
It would be like a history tour for me.
Yeah, well, you are into history, aren't you? Let's assume that Jesus
So,
is
yeah.
real, right?
Just as a man called JC.
Called Jesus. Yes,
Is he
JC.
being crucified?
He's being, well,
So all this is like true.
part of me kind of wants to go just before the Last Supper,
Yeah.
right? So I get there.
Can you imagine if this happened and then we went back and like we saw all the pictures of the Last Supper,
Yeah,
like the Da Vinci,
yeah.
and then suddenly the norm, there's a guy just stood at the back, towering over everyone,
Yeah.
tattoos on his arm. It's like, yeah, they all look quite similar except for that
Yeah.
guy. He's got. This is the first time anyone's ever seen a Celtics hoodie.
Oh, I fucking love it. Can you imagine? Like, it'd be one of them things that they do with Keanu Reeves. Like, then they'll start looking at photos
That's
from
it.
history, and I'd be behind, like,
It'd be really weird.
JFK. Or
Like, would it happen straight away, or would that would suddenly everyone go, "Where's that guy come from?"
yeah.
Or would it be, "Well, we knew he was there because it's been there forever."
Well, that is
It
the
would have
age-old
to be there.
question, isn't
Yeah,
it? Because most of my knowledge of time travel
yeah.
and how it works comes from Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
Right? Now, my understanding was always that if you go back in time
Yep.
and you cause something that affects what's going to happen in the future,
Yeah.
it changes.
That's
the
it, yeah.
future. But what they say is that's not what happens because it's already all happened in that way. But then when you go back in time, that's then your future. So you can change what you want, but it won't change the future that everybody else is living. So it's almost like a split timeline, if you like,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah, let's get into too much detail.
Well, it's Avengers Endgame. It's a very highbrow film. Mark.
Yeah.
You have to really engage with this sort of stuff. Oppenheimer is actually based. You know. So, have you seen Oppenheimer?
I have, very good.
Yeah, I want to watch that. So yeah, this is why I wanted to ask about whether I'm just an observer or I can interfere. Because
Who do you want to interfere?
Judas.
What, pay him more? Pay him less?
Pay him
You got
13 silver pieces. I'm not paying the motherfucker.
30, wasn't it?
3-0.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, inflation. No, I want to perhaps. This is my thinking. It's like, do I?
You want to save JC?
This is what I'm thinking. Do I? Because
That could change the course of everything.
Well, does it? Based on what we just said, does it change the course of everything, or does it not?
Possibly.
Okay.
So if like Jesus might say, like a boulder might roll over him and kill him,
Well, there was a boulder involved.
and then the sacred symbol is
Yeah.
going to be a boulder.
Easier to carve and whittle. a
Yeah,
boulder.
just a circle.
Yeah, just that.
Yeah.
And it's just like a big thing with maybe some ripples on it and sort of pop marks.
Never ending. So it has a lot of meaning to
A
it.
Robberos. Yeah.
So you want to,
I want to go back.
but
And
we
if
just
I'm
said
just an
we can't
observer-
interfere.
No, so if I'm just an observer, I'll get to find out whether JC was real. If he was, tick, great. Then I get to find out whether he had superpowers. Could he walk on water? Could he be sarcastic to people? Could he bring them back from the dead? Could he save prostitutes from pimps? I don't really understand what he did.
But how are you knowing this? Because he was getting crucified for that
listening.
reason,
Well,
for pretending he was doing it. So you're not seeing it in that time.
Yeah,
You're just hearing people talk about it.
that is true. A lot of hearsay. How? Yeah, that is a very good point.
Because
Could
As
I have
a-
loads of mini stops?
no,
How long am I staying there for?
2 weeks.
Oh, that's not long enough. perhaps then. It's,
And he dies within 3 days.
I go back 11 days before the Last Supper.
Yeah, but do you know when miracles happen? Like, was he knocking one out every 2 weeks, or was it every year?
Knocking one out every 2 weeks.
Like a miracle.
That is disgusting. This is Jesus we're talking about, right? What was he doing in that cave? We'll never know.
3 days.
That is a long... So, yeah, I get to find out whether he's real. If he's real, tick. You make a very good point there. Hopefully witness some sort of superpower. If I'm there 11 days before the Last Supper.
Hopefully he's a lot. It's reaching,
But it's a
isn't
good
it?
chance, isn't it?
I don't think so.
What? It's a better chance than
I don't
I've
think
got
every
now.
day he was like walking about doing a miracle.
Every day when you're walking down the street,
What about the people that you meet?
get along with each other.
Okay, I don't think that's right.
No, I don't think it is either. But the
Have a
other part of it,
particular
everyone knows.
point of view. Yeah. And I say, hey.
What a wonderful time of day. So yeah, so that is my answer, Mark. I would like to go back to Golgotha to witness the end days of
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, our Lord. Find out whether he was real, find out whether or not he had all these powers, and if he was a good person.
Yeah.
And then that again...
I
will
think he's
give
got
you
to be a
bit
good
of perspective.
person.
Is
Because
he?
the stories about him are positive.
So, do you know what I mean? I know, Mark, I know some right knobheads.
Yeah, but they've not got bloody followers who... Actually,
are.
no, they do, actually.
This is what
yeah.
I mean. This is the modern era we live in. Some of these people have more followers than Jesus did,
Yeah.
right?
Well, he only had 12.
Well, now he has loads, doesn't he? But even then, on Twitter, who's famous on Twitter? Bloody hell.
Elon Musk.
Well, he's not very popular, is he?
He is on Twitter.
Well, he owns it.
He's got loads of followers.
Right, okay.
That was the
say Elon
question.
Musk, he's probably got more followers than
And you-
Jesus at
yeah.
this point, right? Okay. And he is a twat, from what I can tell.
I don't think that's right, you know.
I don't know him.
I think there's more Christians
Right.
than there are Elon Musk followers on Twitter.
How many
/
Elon
X.
Musk followers are there?
Just have a little
Right, Mark's
interlude.
just going to find out. How many Christians are there globally?
Oh, I'm going to search. You search for that. I'll search for Muskie.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I might be wrong here.
Elon Musk just has loads of parodies, but not. How do you find his actual?
Will he have more than 2.38 billion?
No.
Right, so Jesus is still winning
Okay.
in the battle
1-0.
with Elon Musk.
He's going to be fuming.
He really is. Okay, fine. So Jesus currently,
Here we go.
yeah.
171 million.
Right, there's a slight difference. Jesus, 2.38 billion. Elon Musk, 171 million.
Mm.
Right, still a lot of followers. For all we know, in 2,000
But I bet
years,
a lot of his-
Elon Musk...
A lot of bots.
Yeah, but for all we know, in 2,000 years, Elon Musk might have more than 2.38 billion.
Yeah, maybe.
If that plateaus, that 2.38 billion,
Yeah.
stays there, you know what I mean? And Elon Musk keeps growing and growing and growing,
Yeah.
fine, he wins. So yeah, that's my plan, Mark.
So
Any questions?
I've got a few questions.
Right, I thought you might.
So I think
Yes.
if you go back in time,
Yes.
you witness it,
Right.
and I'm going to play two different things are going to happen here.
Okay.
One, he's not the son of God,
He's a very naughty boy.
just a normal fella,
Right.
caught up in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
You come back to the present day,
Yeah.
no one's going to care what you say when you say,
Oh, I'm not going to tell
no,
people.
but this is what I mean.
Right, okay.
You said, I've witnessed it,
Yeah.
he wasn't the son of God, I'm still an atheist.
Yeah.
No, everyone's going to go, yeah, but you're just saying the same views everyone's had, nothing
I
new.
wouldn't say anything.
Move on. You can just
Yeah.
live your life normally.
People just think I'm crazy. It's fine.
But because you're not going to really do anything, are you?
No, but I'm just the same as every other knobhead on the internet telling people not to believe in...
Yeah, that's what I mean. You just
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you go back,
Yeah.
witness he is,
Yes.
and it's all true.
Right.
Come back.
Become a Christian.
I was going to say, what are you going to be one of these? The end is nigh signs.
No, I'm not
So
going
it's
to be
not
any
like-
of those.
But for a fact.
For my own interest.
No, but you know for a fact it's true.
Yeah.
So you know.
Can't prove it.
Well, you've gone down.
Yeah, but that's just one eyewitness.
Oh yeah, but you know it.
I know it.
Yeah, so it's 100% true.
Right.
You've seen it.
Yeah.
You've come back to this present day.
Mm.
How are you going to act like that? Because obviously, if you start preaching to everyone, you're just going to be again one of them people like in Manchester with a megaphone. But
Yeah. I'm not going to be doing that.
Exactly.
Right.
But you've got close friends and family
Yeah.
who you know aren't believers, like me.
You're not a believer.
Exactly. But you
Right.
know for a fact it's
None
true.
of my family are believers.
Exactly.
Right.
But you know
But
it's
the,
true.
The ones that were are dead. What
So-
does that tell you?
So you know when they die,
Yeah.
when I die,
Yeah.
I have a lower chance of getting into heaven, which you now know is real.
Yeah. Change my ways.
Yeah, but how are you going to change my ways?
Well, no, that's your own fucking problem, mate. I'm not doing it for the benefit of you people.
You prick.
What are you on about? You just said I won't be able to make you change your ways.
No,
Why
I didn't.
bother then? Right,
When did I
wasn't
say that?
probably listening. It
No, I
was,
said, how are you going to... Because you now...
yeah, how am I going to make
Exactly,
you change
that's
your
the
ways?
question.
I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
Why would I? You're
So
not
make
going to
sure
believe me.
I get into
You
heaven.
think I'm crazy anyway. Why would I come in and go, Mark, right?
Because I
just
know
to let
you've
you
bloody
know.
gone back in time. I've given you the time machine.
Oh, holy shit, you do. Well, I'll just tell you then. I'll be like, right, I've been
I
back.
don't think I believe you.
Back from Golgotha. Well, you know where I'm
I
going,
think you'd
don't
be
you?
pranking me.
No, you know where I'm going, don't you?
Yeah.
So you know why I'm going there.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, right, bit of news for you, Mark.
Yep.
Scenario A.
Turns out...
Turns out he's real. And he did all do those things. I saw a lot of fish, filet of fish.
You might get a few of the faiths getting a bit miffed at you as well, though. That's
Well,
the risk. The Norse God believers.
Being a bit of risk of being ignorant
The
to
Zeuses.
religious history here, I'm pretty sure Jesus
He's
is
a-
in the Quran.
Yeah, he's a prophet.
He's a prophet.
Yeah.
And the Jewish faith, basically any Abrahamic religion,
Yeah, I wasn't going for them.
believes he exists. All right, so we're
I'm-
going for
the
dead
Zeus.
religions.
The Zeus,
Who no
the pagans,
one who worships the Greek
the
pantheon
Buddhists,
now.
Hindus,
Yeah, fine.
a lot of them about.
Yeah, I'm not going around to try and cleanse and crusade. I
Yeah.
don't know what you think I'm doing here.
But how are you going to convince... Like,
I'm not trying to.
Why
convince
wouldn't you?
people. Why would I?
because
I'm going back for my own interest.
Absolutely.
Selfishly.
no, but selfishly,
Yeah.
knowing that I'm going to then... Because if it was me, I'd change my behaviours
Right.
and I'd become religious.
Yeah.
Do everything it says, because
You
I
raised a
know...
question here.
I know when I die,
Yeah.
there's 3 places I'm going to go, potentially.
Right.
Like hell,
Subway,
purgatory, and heaven.
Purgatory. Right.
So I want to do my best to get into heaven.
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow all the teachings that it
Yeah.
says.
Right.
But I wouldn't do it by myself. I'd be thinking that I want my family to be there. I want my friends to have the best chance that they could.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to try and
Well,
convince them or
Yeah.
get them in there.
Purgatory doesn't
But
sound
you're-
that bad.
You're just thinking,
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm not
can't.
thinking that.
So when you, like, say you and Rachel potentially, sadly, die at the same time, old age, in bed,
Like
holding
Romeo
each other.
and Juliet. Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, because they killed themselves, and didn't they?
Over love.
Yeah, and it was that
I
14
mean, a
year
bit of
old.
an overreaction. Yeah, it was a bit.
So I prefer my version of old age,
Right.
in bed.
Yeah,
You
like
just-
that couple in the Titanic.
No, because they're drowning. They don't.
Are
they don't
we all
close their-
drowning, mate?
No.
You know what I mean? Slowly. Technically, we're all slowly burning alive.
Joe, you die
Right.
at 98 after really good health,
Happy with this?
happy,
Yeah.
and you die cuddling Rachel in your sleep. Both of you in your sleep, no pain, nothing.
no.
Okay.
It'd be quite painful if
Joe-
she wakes up and I'm dead.
No, because you both die
Oh, right.
at the same time.
Yeah.
There's like a carbon monoxide leak.
Okay, yeah.
So you,
So gone peacefully.
so you're now there,
Yeah.
and there's like 3 doors in front of you.
Why are the doors? I just get
I don't know how
sent
it
them.
works. You're going back and finding out. So there's 3 doors in
Yeah.
this. This is just a way to describe it.
One of us always
And
tells
the door
truth.
opens,
Yeah.
and he goes, Joe.
A lot of fire comes out.
Light comes out. The main boss is there, God.
Yeah.
He went, Joe, I know you saw everything, and that's why you changed your ways.
Spam A.
But you led a good life afterwards.
Mm.
Come into heaven.
Yeah.
Because you changed your ways. You
Yeah.
followed the Bible and all my
Yeah.
teachings.
Yeah.
And lived a good life. In you go. And then Rachel starts following behind you. And he went, no, where are you going?
Yeah.
When you're a non-believer,
Right.
going to one of the other 2 doors.
You reply.
You're not going to feel guilty about that.
No. It's the same like if we went on an aeroplane.
No, it's
and
not.
they
It's
went,
really
"Right,
not.
We can bump one of you up to first class.
No, it's not.
No, it is.
'Cause
And
for
I'll
a
be
couple of
Rachel, I'll
hours-
see you back. I'll see you in Malaga or wherever I go.
Yeah, but a couple of hours compared to eternity.
Have you ever been on a Ryanair flight? Same thing.
Have you been in first class in Ryanair, Joe?
I've never been.
Exactly,
This
there's
is
no-
not first class.
Exactly.
Um,
First class is having a seat.
I mean, you raise a good question.
No, I don't.
No, you do. Don't argue with
It's
yourself. The counter argument, what I'm saying is, would you then get into heaven purely on the fear that you get into hell? Because that's not.
No,
going
but you
into
do
too
live a
deep.
good life.
Yeah,
So,
because
yeah.
it's we're atheists. People can believe what they want to believe. If you have faith, brilliant, right? I'm kind of jealous. In
Yeah.
a way. Think what you want to think. I'm a moron. I'm probably wrong in many things. We
Yeah.
know I'm wrong in many things. Really, the Bible, in my view, is written by mankind,
Yep.
humankind. It's almost, in my view, how that society or culture wishes people to live and what they deem to be the
Yeah.
correct way of doing it, which
It's a
is
good
why you
set
have
of
the Ten
values.
Commandments.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, some parts of the Bible are selectively used.
Do not kill. I'm pretty okay with that.
Well, you eat animals.
Treat others as you want to be treated yourself. Again,
Not good, is it?
That sounds good.
No, equality is... No, because if you've got two people in front of you... What did you say? How did you word it?
Treat others as you want to be treated
but
yourself.
Some people want to be treated the same. What if you're into S&M or something like that, and you go around...
Are you into S&M?
Well, no, I'm not. But
so you wouldn't treat people that way?
Yeah, but if somebody is wearing a gimp mask...
Joe, it's not... It's...
Mark.
I don't know why I'm arguing for.
No, I don't know why, because this is meant to be about time travel, and we've gone down a real rabbit hole that me or you aren't qualified to talk about.
I just think if you found out...
Yeah.
You'd want to make sure as many people as you know and love...
No, because then people will think you're crazy. What would you do if I... Oh, in fact, you know about it, don't you? Would you believe me then? If I came back and I went, Mark, good bit of news.
Yeah.
He is real. And he did all that shit, man.
If I saw you changing, then yeah, I'd believe you.
So what would you do then? Is Chloe and is Jacob aware that at this time machine... Would they then believe
No,
you?
it's just between us two. So we'd then have to convince them.
I'm not spending my life doing that.
So,
give up on him. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's not a very Christian thing to do, is it? So, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't, yeah?
Well, no, you're just damned if you don't. Imagine...
I don't want to spend my life being...
With Rachel?
No, with Rachel's fine.
Well, you're not going to have that.
Well, I will do.
Eternity. The doors are going... That's a different thing.
Life and eternity are a different thing. Do you think Rachel could cope with me for eternity?
Well, you don't have to be together.
Your silence speaks for... Well, what's the point then?
Well,
She'll be in hell.
Yeah, but you know that she's got a happy existence.
To be fair, she follows all the 10 commandments already.
Yeah.
So she'll be fine.
Well, she doesn't.
Why?
Isn't there one like believe in one God, one true God?
Yeah, but it don't apply if you're an atheist.
Well, she don't...
No, it's not. Is it not? You don't cover any other God other than me.
Exactly.
I don't cover any God. Fuck them.
Yeah, it's
fine.
Reading between the lines. I don't.
This is a problem.
I think
it's
they get you in the small print,
and it's been changed. And this is selective. Prophets or whoever they're called, saints and stuff. It's selective stories. There'll be loads of different writings about that.
You don't hear about when Jesus got pissed and stole a pedal though.
Yeah, you don't know about that. You don't. Nobody talks about it.
No.
Pedalos back then were quite rare. I mean, there was no fucking pond in the desert where people were using them. So yeah, that is my answer, mate. I would go back, witness that. What I do when I come back is not part of the question.
No, right? that was just for clarify. Like that's just for interest.
Yeah.
And filler.
Right. Okay. Filler. That's what we need.
Yeah.
How far are we in it? And I've been speaking about Jesus for 2 hours. So yeah, that's my answer, man. Golgotha, witness the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. He might give me a knowing wink if he is all powerful and omnipotent and all
He'll
that
know you're
sort of
there.
shit. Yeah, he'll just turn over with his hands up. However, well, you know what it's like. It's like sort of like a lazy YMCA, isn't it? So he's there like this. And then he just turns around. Just gives me a little wink.
What would you go? Oh no, call it off. I'm not dying for this guy. This prick.
I'm only one of the people. I mean, fucking hell, 2.something billion people.
Nice little crowd, isn't it?
It's crazy.
So Joe,
Mark,
you have to ask me.
Where will you go, homeboy? Here's the time machine.
Well, I don't know the year.
Well, you need to put a year in.
Yeah, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, you've had 2 weeks to look at this.
No, I can tell you when I'm going back to.
Yeah, when?
I didn't know we were going for years.
Well,
so if I said I'm going back, if I
that,
said I'm going back to launch the Titanic, you'll know when that is. If I say I'm going back to 1914, was it?
I don't know.
Exactly, no one knows. So I've just gone for the event rather than the specific dates.
Okay, I'll allow that. That's fine.
Well, you're going to have to allow it, otherwise end the podcast. So I'm going to go to see the Trojan horse.
Oh.
So there is a question about the truthfulness of this, similar to yours.
Yeah.
So I know it first came up in Homer's book, Iliad, where he talked about it.
Have you read that?
No, but I do think it's in Waterstones. As we're on to this, can we do a sponsor shout-out with Waterstones? Any Greek philosophy book you want, Waterstones.
I don't think you should try.
May or may not have
any
it.
Odyssey. It'll take you.
I've actually got them. I downloaded them on Kindle. Kindle, a great way to read books without having to carry around all the books.
Kindle, are you worried about recycling paper?
They could do with our adverts, couldn't they?
Kindle?
Yeah.
Light a fire of passion into your reading.
There we go.
By Ronco.
I'll have to get Jeff on the line. Anyway, so I'm going to just ignore the naysayers and we're going to just assume it happened.
We're going to assume the Trojan horse was a legit thing.
Yeah. So we're going to go for that. Now, there's a few things we do know.
What fucking idiot would let a big horse into...
Well, that's the question I'm asking.
Right, okay.
So we do know that the Trojans took Helen, meant to be absolutely gorgeous woman.
Helen of Troy.
Launched 1,000 ships, whatever.
Yeah.
So they stole her from a Spartan king. Mm-hmm. We know the film 300. You don't want to mess with them. Happened around the 12th century.
Okay.
So this caused the Greeks to be miffed, as you can imagine. Oh, your mate's bird's just been stolen.
Greeks to be miffed.
So they go to war with the Trojans.
You are so proud of yourself.
Why?
Oh, you haven't seen that pun. Right, okay, good.
Mythology. Yeah, I know what I was doing.
That's why you're proud of yourself.
Yeah. There's a few other details we'll brush over. But basically, there is a 10-year war.
10-year war.
Where the Greeks are camped outside Troy, there we go.
No wonder they were there for ages. They're wrong fucking place. There was just like holidaymakers behind the wall. What are they doing here?
So they're outside Troy.
Yeah.
And then, so there's a fight going on.
Right.
Pretty much even, let's say.
I swear you've seen the latest Indiana Jones film or something.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Right, good, don't watch it.
And on the 10th year and first day, the Greeks have a new plan to build a wooden horse. So I want to go back and just observe what's going on.
Right.
Because that's not a normal idea.
No, it's not.
I can just imagine young Atticus going into the general's tent and says, let's build a wooden horse.
Yeah.
We'll get the Trojans. We'll all go in there. The Trojans will pull it into their encampment or city. And then we're going to sneak out and kill everyone.
Right.
I want to be there when the Greek general hears that. And he's like, oh yeah, fucking great idea, Atticus. Why has no one thought of that before? Why not destroy... I'll tell you what. Destroy all of our ships, yeah? All 100 ships.
Yeah.
Take all the wood and start building tonight, you little prick.
Where did they go?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where did what go?
Did they destroy all the ships?
Yeah, they took the ships to make the wood.
All of them?
Yeah.
So where did they hide? They didn't all go in the horse mark.
Well, but they must have hid like behind a wall.
Right, yeah. Just a load of heads peeping up from behind a boulder. You go in. Quiet down.
So yeah. So that general's probably said that to Atticus, but the problem is... the general has just invented sarcasm.
Yeah.
And Atticus had no idea.
Yeah.
So he's gone off in the night.
Yeah.
Started destroying the ships by hand, just him.
On his own.
General's woken up the next day, looks to his left.
Yeah.
Shit, where the ships?
Yeah.
Looks to his right.
Bounce to the left of me.
Massive horse.
Brilliant.
So he's thinking, right,
I've got
to play the cards I'm dealt with here.
Yeah.
We have to do this now. Probably sticks Atticus in the horse's arse, as punishment.
That's how they got in it.
Well, they're all in the horse, but...
I imagine it like Ace Ventura.
Yeah, coming out the rhino, that way. But yeah, and then meanwhile, the Trojans are going to be there, just sat there, ignoring all the noises, ignoring the ship slowly being dismantled, questioning why the local B&Q had run out of no more nails.
Yeah. Was there no one on the wall?
That's what I mean.
What's that guy?
Just like, maybe they're just too polite and they don't like to look what the neighbours are doing. And they think, actually, it's gone quite quiet here. Yeah. So they've gone down, they find this massive horse, and all the Greeks gone.
Yeah.
They might hear some like giggles and farts coming from inside the horse, but they think, it's just wind that or something. Do they question why the horse is so heavy? No. Do they question why there's a massive horse?
No.
Again, no. Do they question where all the Greeks have gone if the wood from their ships had been made to build this horse?
Did they think it was like an offering to Poseidon or something?
It was an offer of friendship, like to
Is
say,
that what they thought it was, right?
But they thought, well, where's the wood come from?
Leave a horse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the critical thinking, like sarcasm, hasn't been invented yet.
No.
And then as they're pushing the horse through the gates, going to be quite heavy, probably needs a few of them.
Fucking shit.
You just imagine like a Trojan just hearing like faint signs of, Atticus, you fucking idiot. Hey, what the fuck are we doing inside this horse?
If you fucking elbow.
No one is stupid enough to fall for this.
Have you wiped your ass?
Prick. They think, oh, it's just wind. It's fine. So that's bad enough, but then they think, let's get drunk, let's celebrate this historic win, and just leave this horse alone.
Leave it where it is.
Let's get drunk, fall about, but make sure we don't fall about near the horse where we could hear, say,
stay away from the horse.
A young Atticus coming out of a horse's arse. Yeah. Let's go away.
You're really driving home the Atticus name here.
Yeah.
You said Atticus more than...
Yeah, because he was the one who came up with the idea.
Yeah, right, okay.
Maybe.
He was in To Kill a Mockingbird, wasn't he?
I don't know, was he? It is actually a Greek name from that period.
Well, I believe it is. Yeah.
That's what I googled.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, so I do think there was some sensible Trojans. So that's when I was thinking I can't prevent history here.
No.
So I couldn't say maybe check the latch.
Yeah, you're an observer.
Why would they build ladders coming out of the arse of the horse?
Horses don't have udders.
Ladders.
Oh, right, okay, that makes more sense. The horse with udders.
I was wondering what you were saying. So why is there ladders leading up to...
These Greeks are fucking mental.
Are you sure this is a horse? It's interpretive, it's fine. It's the new modern art.
It's a cow with a mane.
So I know I can't change history, and I think if I did manage to change history, it could change significantly. Knowing the impact the Greeks had.
Yeah.
But I just want to be there. One, to observe the line of question and young Atticus going to the general and proposing this plan.
Yes.
Then just watching them do it.
Yeah.
As well as watching the Trojans to my right.
Yeah. Look the other way.
Or playing on the phone, or what those maths things called?
Abacus.
I
mean,
Atticus with abacus.
I'm surprised you didn't reach that.
And I just like to just watch it all pan out, like just see if there was any critical thinking, if there was any like arguments one way or another, and just work out what the hell went on.
I mean, you really criticize. You're basically watching the same sort of thing that I am. Do you know what I mean? It's effectively a massacre in a way, isn't it? I mean,
one's one person or three people killed compared to a huge town.
I mean, you'd know that, but in your head, you're imagining like quite a substantial size of that Greek invading force being in the horse, or just a few people who are going to let the Greeks in.
I think in the actual Homer book, again, available from Waterstones.
Yeah. Waterstones.
Apparently,
books for all the family.
There was a few of them in there.
Yeah.
They snuck out, lit the torch to say attack now.
Yeah.
Snuck off, opened the gates.
Yeah.
And let the actual force in. So it wasn't like hundreds of men.
No.
In a horse.
That was silly, wouldn't it?
It would be silly. Yeah. But maybe like 8.
Yeah, 8 people in a horse.
8 people in a horse.
Yeah.
So it's sizable horse then, so.
Weird places of the internet.
Or it'd be so good to see it, because in my head, it's like 20 foot tall. It's this absolute remarkable kind of human engineering feat.
Massive thing, yeah.
When in reality, it might look like a pantomime horse. Like, remember in The Simpsons, Homer's shelf, how bad that is?
Yeah.
I just imagine it'd be like maybe something like that, and they're like, I think it's a horse.
Yeah, bring it in, we'll find out.
Why has it got udders?
Yeah, why has it got udders? Horses don't have udders.
Let's ask the artist. Let's pull it in. So yeah, I just want to see the thinking behind.
Right. Okay.
What's gone on?
So you be an observer. You can also understand ancient Greek. I'm not sure what language the Trojan. I assume it was Greek.
Well, I've got my little earworm.
Yeah, you've got your ear fish.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can hear everything. I know what's going on, but no one can see me, and I can just kind of float. Again, in my head.
Yes.
I'm thinking like 200 meters from Troy.
Yeah.
To like the beach where the Greeks are set up. There's probably like a big distance behind it.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I could like flat in between.
Yeah.
The two.
It's not like it's just going to be like a little pier, and at the end of it, there's just a guy building a horse. And
when in reality, it could be like a mile or 2 miles away.
Exactly. And there's like loads of hills and stuff like that. So you're going back.
But they would have had watchers. Like you'd have scouts.
If you had a massive army about to invade, you're not going to go, just leave them until they get here.
It has been 10 years, so you're going to have like a good network built up.
You'd think so. You'd have like little bunkers.
Maybe there was like
hidey holes.
A practical joking. Oh, they're just horsing about.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like, no, we're not going to believe you.
Yeah, and the general's kicking up, and Atticus like, why so long in the face?
Yeah.
You're going to be there for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So at what point do you arrive then when the horse, when Atticus literally talks to the general first, and then you're going to be there to watch the massacre of the Trojan army?
It's a tricky one, because I don't know how long it took to build. So I'm assuming it took...
In your head, 8 hours.
Yeah, in my head, overnight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to be there. At least when the Trojans actually go and find it, and have the discussion, and then wheel this ungodly thing back.
The Argonauts.
Yeah. Do you know a horse's main predator are mountain lions, humans, and potentially bears? So if I was an advisor.
You're going to build a big wooden bear.
But then it's not an actual horse, is it? So it wouldn't be like a wooden horse would not be scared of a wooden bear.
Well, we don't know that. There's 8 people inside of it. For all we know, there's 20 people inside that wooden bear.
I tell you what, imagine if you could actually change history and you convinced the Trojans to make a bear. So just as they're finishing the horse, they just see this bear being whipped like.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, "What do you want to do?" Because put some orders on that. You'll fit 4 more people. Don't piss about. Yeah, it is fascinating. You know, like ancient Greece, togas.
Yeah,
they're all there.
Everything you want. I like the Greek diet.
Mediterranean.
Yes.
Meze. Olives.
I don't like olives.
What part of the Greek? Fish.
I don't really like fish.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, they'll do.
It's just tomatoes.
Feta.
I mean, I don't know what they ate.
Pitta.
Salted beef. Pitta. So you're just
I'm thinking kebabs.
Cheese. With some tzatziki.
But I don't know if I need to eat.
No.
I think the food in Greek at that time would be better than the food in Jerusalem at that time.
Oh yeah, I would not argue with that.
Just
Although
because
you're either in an encampment of an army.
Yeah.
So it's going to be rationed, and there's going to be fuck all food left.
It's been going for 10 years.
Well, exactly. There's going to be nothing left, is there?
Well, yeah, there'll
what
be
you
some.
Want is Jesus. If I bring Jesus,
yeah,
done. Bread and fishes for everybody, right?
Or horse or loads of hay.
Or, I mean, 10 years. Or you're in a besieged castle. What kind of castle can sustain itself and all the people inside it for 10 years?
Troy.
Well, yeah.
Because it did.
But if they did that...
10 years in a year. 10 years in a day.
I mean, I don't know how accurate that is, Mark. Did that definitely happen?
What, the Trojan horse?
The Trojan War.
Yeah, it was 10 years. Yeah, that was
stuff like that. But the horse, we don't know.
No, that might be.
Where's that come from?
That might be Homer, like artistic license.
Yeah,
you know, like in 2,000 years,
yeah,
someone might pick up a book of like Frankenstein or Harry Potter and assume that happened. So I think in the same way, Homer might have been writing about the war and thought, I'm just going to make it a bit more interesting for the reader. I need to be top shelf of Waterstones bestseller. I need Oprah's thumbs up sticker.
So you're saying because...
So he might have had a bit more of an artistic license to make it a bit more interesting around the edges.
Right. Waterstones. Association with Oprah.
Because if they say 8 Greek men snuck into Troy, opened the doors and we took them, it's been done before.
Yeah.
Whereas a wooden horse, hang on, you've got my attention.
It's a not bad idea.
And then you're going to read his sequels, like the Wooden Bear.
The Wooden Bear, yeah.
The Wooden Human.
The Wooden Human. That's what happens next. And
the Wooden Mountain Lion.
Wooden Mountain Lion. Yeah, I mean, it's a good shout. I've got no real criticisms of it, to be honest with you. I mean, of everything in ancient Greece, I'm not sure if that's the thing that I want to go and see. Good, though.
You're wrong. It is.
No, me, not you. I mean...
What would you want to see? What's better than a wooden horse?
It'd be kind of cool to see Archimedes in the bath.
You want to see an old man in a bath? You can do that anyway.
I want to see if he... I want to see if
go anywhere for
Eureka.
that. You go to Eureka in Halifax and they've got a model of that.
What, of Archimedes in a bath?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And the water fills up and every now and again, when it gets to the top, he lowers into the bath and it spills out.
And does it say Eureka?
No, but you can say it yourself.
Yeah, that is true. It's audience participation.
So anywhere in the Greek world, and you want to go watch a man in a bath,
it'd be kind of cool to...
Because you're assuming that's real as well.
Well, exactly, completely right there. You've shot me down. I don't know. I'm very... You are a lot more educated in the realms of history than I am, even though you thought
it's a low bar.
It's a very low bar. But I don't think that's any worse than my idea, to be fair. So what would you do then? You come back in time.
That was What are you saying? Well, there's no need to convince anyone it's true or not because no one cares. If it didn't happen, I'd keep it to myself because the magic behind it, I don't want to ruin for people.
The problem is that no one cares about anything, and there is that many maniacs on social media, anywhere. Everybody's got a voice nowadays, and everybody should have a voice, apart from some people who I think shouldn't have a voice.
So not everyone should have a voice.
No. And if you're there saying the Trojan horse did or did not exist,
no, but that's not a thing.
Someone's going to argue with you, whatever.
Yeah, but no one cares. I wouldn't be doing that because it's not life or death.
Well, saying that with Jesus, if I came back,
it's huge.
Yeah, but if I, like you said, only me and you would know it's legit, and part of you would think I'm lying anyway.
Yeah, I'd be waiting till my deathbed and you go, psych.
Yeah, exactly. I knew that would happen. So, yeah, I do. I mean, yeah, fair play.
So there we go. Joe's off to Golgotha. I'm off to Troy.
Troy, to see
a
Helene.
horse. Horsing about.
Yeah. Helen of Troy.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that film?
I try to watch Troy,
yeah,
and every time I do, I fall asleep. I'm not joking. Every single time I watch the film Troy,
yeah,
I'll be asleep at least 30 minutes in. See, I don't know why.
Well, falling asleep during films is your Achilles heel.
Ah, clever. If you want more jokes like that,
you're
on the wrong podcast.
There you are. That's the right one. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any feedback or opinions or, any ideas or suggestions, react to that pod on Instagram.
And react to that pod@gmail.com.
Well done, Mark.
I
know you did.
I was like, does it have pod on the end? It does.
It does. Like a P pod.
All right.
Do you remember the brand pod?
I'm going.
Okay.
React to that.